Terence Crawford officially vacates his WBO um, and his WBA titles. They're saying it's his WBA titles too, but I'm up here looking at the rankings. So it still has Terence Crawford as the WBO. This is Box Live I'm on. They haven't updated it yet, which is weird because they update different, like they got Crawford as the WBA 154 champ, but they still have him. They updated that at 154, but they haven't updated the welterweight rankings yet. That's kind of weird. So Crawford's dropped the belt, and Brian Norman Jr. he was the interim. So I'm assuming now he is the full WBO welterweight champion, because I was reading the article. I forgot who released it. It said he was elevated to interim. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's already the interim, right? He's already the interim. So he's how you can elevate from interim to real champ? That don't even make no sense. I mean, how you elevate from, it said he was elevated to interim. I'm like, he was already the interim. I don't know if they that was a typo or whatever, but so Bud is Bud supposedly he dropped both belts. So that should make Imani Stanionis should be the WBA Super World Welterweight Champion right now, if I got that correct. And that should also mean that Brian Norman Jr. is now the new WBO welterweight champion after Bud let go of those last two belts. So that opens up some discussions now at welterweight, and Jaron Boots Ennis is now it opens up his lane to become undisputed at welterweight like he wants. So right now that would mean Brian Norman Jr. would be the WBO champ. Jaron Ennis would be the IBF champion. Mario Barrios is now the WBC champion. And Imani Stanionis, he should be the WBA. So the belts will be scattered amongst the champions. And I might have to, listen, I'll say this, man. Very good. All these four that have these belts are good fighters, man. But the weakest link to me is Mario Barrios. You know what I'm saying? But he's still a good fighter, though. He's a warrior. So it could go either way. You never know how this shit could go, man. But I think Barrios is the weakest out of the four champions. I like Stanionis over Barrios. Stanionis is a dog. When is the last time Stanionis even fought? I have to check that too. But Crawford's clearly out of the way now at welterweight. Won't be going back down there. There's no more Terence Crawford. So now this should be Jaron Boots in his season right now. Okay. It's his time, and Brian Norman Jr. and Barrios and Imani Stanionis, So they don't have to worry about Virgil Ortiz anymore. No Terence Crawford, no Errol Spence Jr. Those dudes are gone. Now it's these dudes' turn now to turn up at welterweight. So Stanionis, it'd be interesting to see who he fights next. But Boots, who's his next fight? So since Bud is gone, dropped the belts. Now those belts went to those two champions. Now the lane is open for Boots. And it's funny because Chukazan Karen is right there, ranked number 1 under the IBF. It's crazy. Cody Crowley was supposed to fight him. We know that didn't happen. We know what happened with that, his eye and all this other stuff. So they still got Errol Spence Jr. ranked down there at the 5th and number 5 at the IBF. So Boots, I don't know, man. Who is he fighting next? We gotta see. He just came off the fight with Avanesian. I want to see him fight somebody way better than Avanesian, man. It's time, man. It's time. Either one of the other champions, I would say he's a champ, so he should be lining up with one of the champions next, man. Either Barrios, Stanionis, or Brian Norman Jr. That should be it for Boots right there. If he wants to go get the belts, I don't know. I don't know what these dudes got, what Mandos these dudes might have. So That might get in the way if they got any. But I think unification trumps mandatories anyway, right? So shouldn't have to really worry about that if he want to be unified, you know. So Brian Norman would be out of those three. Uh, I'd say Brian Norman Jr. would probably be the biggest test for Jerron in this out of the other champions. It's to me, Brian Norman's first, then to me, Stanley Jonas is second, and then Mario Barrios third, in my opinion. But we'll see, man. So Terence Crawford has dropped the belt. I was wondering why he was holding on to him, and he let him go. So now 147 is still kind of stale, but Brian Norman Jr. and Boots are probably the most exciting fighters down there right now. As far as the champions, you got these Conor Benn is still out there. You got Blair Cobbs. Let me look up Blair Cobbs before I close out. Where's Blair Cobbs at in the rankings, man? Where the hell is he at? Blair Cobbs is not ranked anywhere. What the hell is going on? He just had a fight with Adrian Broner. How come Blair Cobbs is not ranked anywhere? I'm looking at the top 15 in all of sanctioning bodies. I don't see Blair Cobbs anywhere, dude. This is crazy. Let me look a little closer. I'll make sure I'm not tripping. Nah, I don't see Blair Cobbs. Wow. Amazing. What's going on with Blair Cobbs, man? Are they trying to blackball him? I don't see him. That's strange. But anyway, Terence Bud Crawford officially drops the WBO and the WBA welterweight titles, man. Y'all get back to me, man. Thanks for listening. Let me know what y'all think about this. This is Rebel Life Boxing, man. Love y'all. I'll catch y'all later on the next one.